This was the album to me that was going to show whether or not the whole their cadence, just the way that they rap, whether that was a blip, whether they had a moment and it was just something that was going to be what it was for that short minute, or is this something that's going to last? Like, is this something that's going to age? Something that our kids will remember.
Migos,
right?
Individually and as a group, going to last.
Ain't no way. I'm trying to get paid. I need it today. I can't be a slave. There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
Niggas be mad. I'm in my W. Shit getting ugly don't make me no difference. I'm keeping my distance. Getting the money's the mission. You know that I do what I want. I don't need no permission.
This Migos project, Culture 3.
The Migos.
What y'all think?
Fire. I liked it. I enjoyed it. My fault. I enjoyed it. Would I say I'm surprised? I'm impressed.
I'm surprised. 19 tracks?
Impressed. I will stick with impressed because I feel like this album showed growth that I wasn't expecting from them.
It reminded me of Culture 1, which is probably a good thing. Because
in what terms? In what way?
In the sense of they kind of got back to that original sound for the most part. But Culture 1, I feel like, was like a mixed bag of just different types of tracks. But it still kind of felt very Migos-ish. Now, Culture 2 was getting out of that because they became a lot more mainstream and commercial. Culture 3 was kind of getting back to that.
Okay. Yeah, I just felt like they showed that this was the album to me that was going to show whether or not the whole their cadence, just the way that they rap, whether that was a blip, whether they had a moment and it was just something that was going to be what it was for that short minute, or is this something that's going to last? Like, is this something that's going to age? Something that our kids will remember.
Migos,
right?
Individually and as a group, going to last.
And I think that they proved that they will, because I didn't think they had this in them.
I agree.
After Culture 2,
I was like,
and all of, honestly, most of their success post Culture 2 and before this album came from features on other people's shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Quavo doing projects everywhere. Offset. Clout and Babysitter and all that other shit. Like, the most popular Migos shit was on other people's stuff. But if you can put out an album like this every 3-4 years, they'll last
2-3 years. I think the only reason they took this long of a break is because of COVID.
Okay,
I would think
fine 2-3 years. But if they're able to give me at least this, because I got this about a 7.5, 8. Yeah, is where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I give it a little
7.5.
Yeah, like 7.5.
It started
range.
to get a little stale, even though everything didn't sound the same. Obviously, it started to still kind of get a little stale after about track 14, 15.
Now, the one thing that I did criticize about them, fire ass start with the Rolling Stone sample, right? I wish they would have kind of kept with that theme.
Yeah.
Maybe not do a whole Migos Motown, album.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, older samples. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need the trap beats all up through this shit, because it's supposed to be a growth album, and I do think that they showed growth.
I do think some of their best songs did come on like their original sound, like the trap sound.
I liked Avalanche. I liked Type Shit. I liked
Vaccine.
Vaccine was pretty dope. I loved
modern shit.
I loved Malibu with Polo G.
Yeah, that joint was fire.
That was heat.
I thought it was okay. I thought it. I think most of the features to me was just okay.
I think Polo G meshed pretty well with what
they had going on.
Yeah,
as they say online, he understood the assignment.
Yeah. I like that song a lot. That might be one of my favorite songs. I'll tell you what was one of my least favorite songs.
The Drake
Juice
song.
WRLD. Juice WRLD song.
Yeah, it was all right.
The Juice WRLD song irked me because
it didn't seem genuine.
Like they were pandering a little bit. Like, if it was just a Juice WRLD song, I think it would have been okay. Take off the Migos with their pandering verses, I feel like, and it would have been a pretty good song.
Avalanche, Type Shit, Birthday,
like
Modern Day, Vaccine. Y'all like Picasso?
Picasso
with
was
Future.
okay.
It was okay.
Yeah,
I
it
thought it
Needed
was
more
alright.
Future, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Most of the features was just okay. The Justin Bieber one was okay.
Yeah, I like that one too.
So,
It worked well with Offset and
yeah.
talking about what he's got going on.
You have this is a side note. It doesn't really apply just directly to Culture 3, but you've changed a little bit my feelings about the whole Porsche modem track list shit. I'm kind of getting tired of it.
yeah.
It's wearing thin because why are y'all helping these labels make money off these dead bodies? Like, y'all had these tracks. You had access to them. So you could have used them when these people were still alive. Right? The Juice WRLD shit sounded
Sounds
like
like
it
a
was a
Juice
couple
WRLD
years
song.
ago. Like, that wasn't the Juice WRLD RIP that passed away. That sounded like a young nigga. Like y'all been sitting on that verse for years. Don't pull it out now just to commodify it. Like, that shit,
And
I
it was
don't like
eerie that he was talking about taking drugs. Like,
Yeah, that kind of threw me off, and it's like,
read the room. Stop. Relax.
And again, not just particularly to Migos, like even the Pop Smoke shit. Like, that didn't
The
sound,
Pop Smoke sounded like a Pop Smoke song, and Migos just decided
just
to add
to
their
get
shit
on
onto
it. Yeah, and I don't like that. Like, I understand, like, oh yeah, you try to put a little money in their family's pocket. Fuck that shit. Because if that's what you're trying to do, give it to them.
yeah.
Go take that money to them. The little money that they're going to be collecting off these checks, off these streams, ain't going to be shit anyways. So hand them a lump sum if that's what you're trying to do. But why is it necessary for the label to profit off their death?
It's a fact.
I don't like that. That shit really rubs me the wrong way. Other than that, though, I think the only criticism I have with the album is that they could have done more with the samples that they chose, the beats that they chose. I felt like they could have gotten a little bit more adventurous. I really like the start. I feel like the first track set an expectation for me that wasn't necessarily met with where they were going to go with the album.
I agree with that.
But-
and for that to be like the clip that everybody saw right before the album dropped.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, man, oof.
They about to be suited
We
up.
about to get a contemporary Migos album? What the fuck is going
Add
on?
that to the winning track list.
But nah, man. All in all, it was a solid project, and I was a little surprised.
So is the Drake stimulus package running low?
He gave them the 50th of verses.
2 minutes and 30 seconds of Drake before.
How the fuck did you get that nigga 2 verses to give you that Reginald? What in the fuck is going on?
Just like that Migo go said.
2 minutes and
Then,
30
right,
seconds
and just like
of
the
Drake
Migo,
before any of them. A whole song essentially before
just gonna-
Migos even touches it.
Take.
That's kind of crazy.
Quavo is gonna go, hey. Also, it's gonna go, hey. And like the third Migo,
Take.
I think this is Takeoff's coming out album. Like, I think the first Culture was kind of Quavo's emerging as a star. I think the second one was around that time where Offset started to bud a little bit. I think this is Takeoff's time.
It's funny that all three of these niggas have had a opportunity or had a moment where we felt like they were the best Migos.
Yeah.
Just like you said, we started off with Quavo thinking he was going to take over the game. And then Offset got all the attention off of the back of his relationship with Cardi and all of the features that he was doing at the time. And now clearly Takeoff is the most talented. It's crazy.
It was clearly calculated too. I feel like because the clip that we saw before the album came out was of Takeoff rapping, and like the third Migos, I take like that. I don't know. It just seems like that was kind of a obvious shout out.
I think that part is a little bit more
Not only
lazy
that,
Drake than Migos.
I think one of those songs ended with like the last thing that was said was Takeoff. And then like one of the ad libs was like take off. Like everything in this album was just like subliminally planted. I feel like.
Well, I mean, if that's
give
what,
us the nod
that's
to
what they're
Takeoff.
trying to do with it, I'm cool with it because he's rapping the best currently. So
That's a fact. So what do we give the album? I know you said 7.5,
7.5, 8, somewhere in there.
Low B.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
I think 7.5. I just really wish that it wasn't 19 tracks. I think they could have took maybe a few of them off, maybe about 4 tracks off, especially the Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD songs. But I mean, other than that, they definitely exceeded expectations, I think.
I wish
I would agree.
Yeah, I'm just asking going forward with artists and labels, please stop killing us with these 20-track albums. My attention span is short as is. Like,
I see some niggas that come out the woodwork and give you 8 and then wishing that you gave them 20. So like it depends on the artist, I guess.
I want 20 from Kendrick. I don't
I don't
20
feel
from
like it
Migos.
was too long. Like if they'd have gave, like just like you said, if they gave you 15 it'd have been cool. But the difference between 15 and 20 is just
looking for another parking spot.
You know, I don't know. It ain't. That's a few less features than what you needed.
Here's how I look at it. I want 20 from Kendrick. I want 15 from Migos, and I want 7 from Lil Baby, Lil Durk. That's how I would look at it.
From Lil
like
Baby.
there's certain acts that you want certain amounts of tracks.
7 from Lil Baby.
And like 15 from Eve.
I will take like
Okay,
a couple
all right.
features from EVE.
I see what
How
you're doing
you
here.
do that?
I see what you're
EVE.
doing.
How you do that?
Hey, where y'all going? Where y'all going?
Offset, Quavo, Takeoff. Let us know what y'all thought about the Migos album Culture 3. Put us rating down in the comments. To the right, we've got another video, and below we got a playlist for you. Appreciate it.